Let's talk a little bit about the structure of a congressional office. You have the House and you have the Senate. They are designed very differently. For this video, let's focus specifically on the House of Representatives. You have your 435 offices plus a few additional territories, so you have hundreds of offices to pick from. We will go through office selection in a different video, but for now, let's just talk about the basic structure of a House office. In every office, of course, you have your member. You've got your elected official. It could be a freshman member. It could be someone who has been in the House of Representatives for 10 terms, 20 years. Then you have your chief. Your chief of staff is going to handle the budget. You're going to work directly with your member. You're responsible for all of your staffing decisions. You will also focus on politics back home, strategy. You're the ultimate decision maker on communication strategy. Your chief of staff is basically the number one in any House office. Then this splits off. It's not this way in every office. The chief of staff and the member can designate how they'd like their office to run. But in many offices, you have your legislative director and you have your communications director. Your communications director is going to handle your television interviews, your press releases, your print media, your Twitter account, your social media function. This is mostly the comms director with a degree of oversight per the chief's direction. Some chiefs are heavily involved in this. Some chiefs want nothing to do with this. The communications director has full reign on how this works. From the policy perspective, your legislative director is in charge of vote recommendations, creating new legislation, running this legislation through committee hearings. Policy, messaging. In some instances, your comms director has either a press secretary or a press assistant. In some offices, you have 3. In some offices, you have 2. In some offices, you have none. The comms director handles everything. This comms director could also be a press secretary. And this whole bucket is communications. So if you're a comms person, if you want to handle press and media, this is you. The most important person in any congressional office, as far as I'm concerned, is the scheduler. This individual is the axis of every congressional office. He or she handles member scheduling, works directly with the chief, allows time for all of these individuals to work with the member, knows all of the fundraising scheduler, knows the member's significant other, spouse, husband, wife, kids. If this person is amazing, this office is going to be amazing. If this is a bit of a disaster, then this entire operation is going to be very challenging to manage. Because if you can't get time with the member, if the member's too early, if the member's too late, if the member's disheveled, the whole process of being a member is going to be very challenging. In my view, this is the most important person this is kind of the quarterback as far as I'm concerned. All of these positions are incredibly important, but in my view, this is the axis of an office. So you've got your member, you've got your chief, you've got your scheduler, the legislative director, and your comms director. In your policy shop, you typically will have 3 legislative assistants. This is probably your newest LA, your more seasoned, but second newest LA, and your most seasoned LA, who sometimes is your senior LA, or even better yet, legislative counsel. Whoever has been here the longest gets the best issues. Whoever's brand new gets the issues that these folks don't want. In the Senate, and we'll talk about this in another video, these LAs are going to handle one issue. So Medicare Part B, a specific sector of energy, budget, that's it. On the House side, things are very different. 10 issues, 10 to 15 issues, 10 to 15 issues. You will handle energy and women's health and appropriations and foreign affairs and the Ireland caucus. It can be a wild assignment list. Whoever is newest gets the issues that these more senior folks don't want. Your legislative counsel, of course, has a law degree typically and is going to handle judiciary issues, whatever issues are the core issues to the member, the chief, and the LD. Those issues are largely dictated by the member's committee assignment. So if your member is on energy and commerce and energy issues are really important, guess what these folks are going to be handling? Energy. If your member is not on transportation and it's important, but it's not a committee assignment, this person gets transportation. When you have 700,000 constituents in one congressional district, that's a lot of mail. And so there is an individuals, or sometimes two, who are responsible for receiving all of that communication and correspondence, organizing it, providing it to the member, and responding appropriately. That individual is the LC, legislative correspondent, who has to manage this entire operation, receiving the communications, batching them, guiding the member on a proper coordination of a great response, a quick turnaround time. These LCs are usually then bumped up to LA. It's only a matter of time. If you work really hard as an LC, you'll get bumped up. The face of the office, someone who will sit in the front of a congressional office, this is basically your entry-level position within this hierarchy, is the staff assistant. Polite, conversational, chatty, welcoming. When people come from all over the United States to meet their member, the staff assistant is the very first person that they meet. So if this person is warm and welcoming and friendly, that's the first impression that the member, the chief, and the whole team, you really want your front person to be very welcoming. It's the first impression to an office. Last but not least, and either your scheduler or your LC or your staff assistant will handle all of your interns. Docents, congressional interns, congressional fellows, legal interns, all of these folks are typically unpaid or receive a small stipend, or if they've worked through an entity or getting paid by some entity that's not on the Hill. And one of these individuals is going to manage this group of interns. So I hope that helps. If you're looking for a service with a member in the House of Representatives, this is your structure. As always, please visit timeonthehill.com if you have any questions about open jobs, open internships, or just general strategy with congressional service. Please visit the website. Thank you very much.